Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our Monday night team reactive Zoom. What's the date today?
16.
The 16th. Happy December 16th. Hope everybody had a great weekend and is in the holiday spirit. I am, as you can see behind me, all my Christmas stuff. Foster, are you coming? He's so busy. He's so busy. Let me just mute my phone.
We got a big storm coming.
We have a big storm coming. Whoopee.
That's new.
No more storms. Okay, so let's get started. We have lots
I thought we did.
We did. We were waiting on you.
I heard that baby giggling. So
He's so
Paul,
cute.
is Paul ready for one? Could you just check to see Paul? I'm sorry, what was that laughter? It sounded like joy.
Sounded a little nervous to me.
A little sweat coming.
Okay, so what I'm just gonna keep going here. So in the Sprinklers, their A-Team newsletter, their weekly one, they're talking about Steve Aquilina. There's just a little story about him, and there's a link that you can see where he came from, but he ran away from home at 15 and has never been back, and he knows what it's like to be poor, and at one time he had no place to live. He and his wife Sarah now have 4 boys that they homeschool in Sydney, Australia, and 4 years ago they had to borrow money to begin their ASEA business. Now they're platinum executives, and he says it's our main income, it's our best income, and it's the most rewarding income. So there is a link that you can watch them. There's also, what we all know, I know probably most of you know, wait a minute, what are we just talking about? Oh, wait. Before I finish with Steve, Sarah, his wife, talks about how they structure their day so that they can have the life they want with hands-on schooling, flexible schedules that work for everyone, and a lifestyle that supports each of their children's needs. So here is their link so that you can watch it. It's 4 minutes. They're good little stories because you know what? A lot of the time we talk so much about product stories. And it's really nice to hear people talking about the opportunity stories. They're fantastic. There's also Sep and Jessica Moss from Australia, wonderful couple. We just had spent some time with them
In Miami.
And so Sep, he always wanted to make a difference in the world, and he caught the vision of ASEA right away. And ASEA is a visionary technology that the world doesn't even know about yet. Jessica says that when she heard Tyler Norton's first words from the stage, if your ego is more important than your principles, then we don't need you here. And she knew she had found her home. So here is their story. It's just really great. And it kind of, we're all business people, guys. We all got in, most of us for the product, but we're all in it now because of the business, because of the culture, because of the family here. So it's really good to hear other people's stories. And when you can start sharing those stories with people, success stories where people have come from, people that were struggling, it's just as important as the health stories. Your business will grow really fast if you have a Jessica and a Sep coming in and taking off because they hear something about the culture of the company, something about the money that can be made, and they come in and they take off. So we have to keep remembering this is, of course, first and foremost about the product. That's how we all got here. But the business is just as important, and we always need to keep that in mind, right? Right, Paul? Right.
Right on.
Mm-hmm. So, talking about the business, why don't we jump in? Because GoPro, Eric Worre's GoPro, we all know Eric Worre, and if you don't, then you need to. But his GoPro, what do you call it? Event was just this past weekend, and Paul was there. A lot of us live streamed, but a lot of good stuff came away from it, and Paul was there. So, Paul, can you give us some recap about the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. But first off, want to congratulate you and Dr. Foster for becoming the #1 auto ship all-stars for last week. Yay!
Wow.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Thanks.
Always killing it on that auto ship. That's where the residual income, that's the circulatory system of our business, everybody. And it's an awesome achievement. So yeah, if you guys could in the chat do some congratulations, that'd be fantastic.
Thank you.
What I liked. Okay, let me go over GoPro. It's a Recruiting Mastery Summit. It was their 10th year anniversary, so they had some special guests. It was a great event because they really focused a lot. And one of the reasons too, like with Sue and some of the folks in the P5 Nation wanted to come out because they really focused a lot on systems and a lot of the things that we've been talking about. And these are processes that are working industry wide. I mean, there were multiple six-figure people there, people doing over $500,000-$600,000 a month, $5-6 million a year in our business, multiple people. And they've had them on stage. And again, there was a consistent thread of getting a simple process, and doing what duplicates, right? Not addition, subtraction, but actually duplication, was pretty much the core thread. A couple things I took a little bit of note, just again, it's just going to be just a few minutes here, not too long, but Eric Worre, and this is really powerful because we've had people, I know that everyone's had people that have left their business, right, and went to other companies or other deals. And the ones that I've seen, they've went to 2, 3, they're on their 4th or 5th deal, still not creating success anywhere else. And what Eric says is, like, every company has problems, but you need to choose the company that you want to have problems with, right? And of course, the culture of ASEA, and we know that ASEA, their problems are not stemmed from the company trying to take from the distributors, or and this constant friction battle. They're constantly looking out for our best interests. But again, we're dealing in a space, guys, of a product that the world has never seen before in technologies, and the network marketing industry as a whole, coming from traditional business backgrounds. So we're all learning this together and realize that we will continue to grow and learn together. So it's the greatest place to be. And Eric also mentioned the world is moving to a performance-based model. Like, what you're seeing is more and more companies are going to move away from giving someone a guaranteed salary or hourly amount, and require that someone is if they're going to work or get paid, that they're doing a specific project. And once that project completes, they may just let them go. So people have to continually look for new work. Of course, that's going to create a ceiling on how much they can make. And so if you're going to be in a performance-based environment like what we have, then why not be able to generate residual income as well? That's what our model affords. So another powerful characteristic of our model. Courtney Epps, this was really good. She's an accountant specifically for home-based businesses and tax advantages. She wrote a great book. You may want to make a note of them. I'll type it here in the notes in a little bit, but it's called More Relaxing, Less Taxing. And the subtitle of this book says, Why You Would Be Brain Dead Not to Own a Business. And she says, look, you're going to get between $4,000 and $8,000 each year in tax savings. And so if whatever your business is cost, as long as it costs less than that, then you would be brain dead not to be able to claim and collect those deductions. And I really want people to understand that concept. And again, if you have any sort of concerns on the legality of it and all that, again, I'd point you maybe to Amazon or something, and you can get More Relaxing, Less Taxing. Her name is Courtney Epps, EPPS, once again. She says that 46% of Americans do not have an extra $400 a month in income. Okay, think about that. And she said 69% don't have an extra $1,000. Almost 70%, 3 out of 4 people, do not have an extra $1,000 a month that they can do things and have fun with recreationally. And she said she's had people say, well, why isn't there commercials on this? And blah, blah, blah. Well, the IRS really doesn't want to make that public because they actually lose money, right? To the tune of $508 million if everyone was all of a sudden at a home business. So again, if you're not capitalizing and taking advantage of that, then you're giving the IRS part of that $508 that they're getting from you. Another thing that Eric pointed out, which I think is really powerful, is that he just started going up to random, six-figure leaders that were in the VIP section and was asking them, how many people they had signed up. And it averaged, at least 150, 200 people. A couple people like Caruso, he signed up 6,000 people, over his 15 years. But basically, they said, how many of those people did you know before you started network marketing? And it varied from around 20 to 30 people for pretty much all of them. I think Carruthers might have had 50, but basically 20, 30 people. So the bottom line is you're going to get people that are in your current phone book, your email address list, another contact, social media contact resources, but it's the people that they will introduce you to, or the connections of the connections, that ultimately is where you start to find your leaders, define your leaders through. So don't think like if you're not signing up all of your close friends, or that makes a difference. No, the majority of people are going to be people that you haven't even met yet. So just be professional and keep moving forward, right? It's a living list. It's not a dead list. It's not just, oh, I just know that's all the people I know or I can think of. Therefore, that's what I'm going to base my success on. And he said, why are people hesitant to sign up with you? Well, I always think about what goes through my head is my buddy, Matt, who, another company, he's a big Royal ambassador, but he used to say to people in his training, he used to say, would you sign up with you? And I used to think, and I know a lot of people, whenever they say that they're having challenges, I always ask them, well, think about it. I mean, if you wouldn't sign up with you, then what does that mean? You just have to get better, right? So we just have to educate ourselves a little more, get more confident, get our posture up, have a better attitude about things, and be the person that you would want to follow. Okay. But people aren't signing up with you because maybe you're exaggerating too much. So they just don't believe what you're saying. Maybe you're needy or you're cheesy. Okay. People don't like to sign up with people like that, because professionals, they're not needy. They're not cheesy. And another important point is they're farmers. They're not hunters. Think about that, right? Farmers, they plant seeds. They don't care about every seed blossom. I mean, most of them don't, right? Create fruit or create plants, but they just plant all the seeds, and then they reap the rewards of the harvest, as they continue to care for that, care for their crops. Hunters go out and just try to kill things, right? They have to shoot, like hit what they shoot every time. So they're more of a convincing business, where the farmers, again, are more of sorters of what we do. And again, our goal is yes, go for it.
This real fast, as you were saying, it's like people, it's not who you know. It's not what's on your list. It's like, Paul, did you know us before we became in business?
No.
Paul didn't know
Nope.
us. We got dropped into his business and he got triple diamonds out of it. So you don't know, guys. That's what Paul's saying, is it's not who's on your list necessarily, but who you're going to meet in the future and who they're going to meet, who they're going to bring in. That's
right. And that'll come from the people you enroll and who they enroll in that process. But it also comes from maybe someone maybe went to school with, who they know, and you don't know them. So again, that was kind of, what Eric really clearly illustrated. He must have asked about a dozen different people, again, these top performers, and they were all, it was extremely consistent, with just a small percentage of those people being known before they started. So very important. Once again, the goal is education and understanding. It's not convincing, it's not closing, like I think a lot of people, like I just mentioned, go after. And your job or your role is to just start conversations and to keep them going, right? So you're starting conversation, keep them going. When the relationship gets to the point of where they're ready to get going, then you have a strong potential prospect to help build a business with. He said, never apologize, because people sometimes are, when you get to, I'm sorry about this, it just doesn't give you from a position of confidence, strength, right? Your posture and everything. So don't apologize. You have something that they need. You have something they need. You should not be apologetic for that. And you don't get emotionally attached to the outcome. Kind of like Tyler Norton says, is to care less, but don't be careless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Care less, but don't be careless. Right?
Yes.
Right. So very, very, very important. And when you present the opportunity, and sometimes again, I think people forget about this. They just jump right into the information and start vomiting information down people's throat. But tell your story. It's very important for people to know that you're a real person. And one of the most important things in your story is whatever you didn't like or were frustrated with, because people will make that connection, right? Typically, when I tell my story, the reason for me getting into network marketing as a whole was because I didn't like the fact that I felt somebody owned my life, right? I didn't like that. I have to be told when I could wake up and have to be in an office, how much vacation I could take per year. I didn't, someone owned my life, and I didn't like that and that characteristic. So whatever your is, go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome point, because I think a lot of time, associates are like, well, I haven't gotten there. I haven't made that money. It's like, how do I talk to somebody when I haven't? When you're saying this is why I'm doing this, instead of saying, wow, I'm making a ton of money, where people go, how much money are you making? You're saying, I got into this business and I'm excited to be in this business because I don't want to work for somebody. I don't want those things that Paul was saying. So you can take that uncomfortable that you're feeling that somebody might ask you how much money you're making or how successful, where you're just talking about why you're doing this business, and you're planting those seeds, as Paul is saying, because who does like working for somebody else? Who does like having to do 9 to 5? Who does like having to go and sit in traffic for an hour both ways to work? So when you make those points, you're planting seeds instead of saying redox signaling molecules will give you your health. So you see what I'm saying, guys? So there's different seeds to be planted. So that's awesome, Paul. That's a great thing from Eric. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason too, like I do that intentionally, with my story. I mean, one of the reasons, I didn't have like a major health challenge or issue there, but I do like to tell the business side, because that will help me identify to someone who's looking to actually build a business and is excited about building a business versus just consuming a product for the product results. So again, but again, if you have someone who's already happy with their life and and their whatever they're doing careers, then go in the product direction and share how maybe how you've seen it impact yourself or someone else. So, but again, tell your story and the pain button. I mean, people like really start to resonate with that. And then that way, when you show your vision of where you're going, what the solution is, they're much more likely to want to join you. I'm always love to hear Eric, because he will always include sort of his how to enroll 20 people in 30 days sort of process or mindset and some key things. One of the things he talks about is how you get someone started in the business, and how you ask them, so they've seen all the information. What do you say? You can say like, you can go into right there and talk about the packages. That's great. What he likes to do is ask them, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself right now, with 10 being the most like you're ready to go, and I can help you get started. And then whatever they respond, basically he says anything over 1 is good, right? Shows potential. But he says, so then what he says is, hypothetically, if you were to start a business, how much would you need to earn to make it worth your time? So that's the first question, right? So now you can get an idea of what's a lot of money to them. So again, with 40%, 49% of people, or 46%, whatever, people that don't even have an extra $400 a month, they may come back with, man, if I could just make $500 a month, that would be great. Okay, so at least you know where they're at, and then you ask them, well, how many hours per week would you be willing to commit to being able to do that? And then what's your expectation of how long you'd be willing to do that to achieve that level of income? And again, so if someone says, yeah, I'd be willing to work 5 hours a week for the next 6 months, if I can at that point be generating $100 a month, hey, that's very realistic, as we know here. Terry?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying about the residual income, because it's so people don't even really realize. Just had somebody today who said to Foster, she just kind of realized, she's like, I like residual income. She has $400 coming in a month from something that she did once for a company, and every month she's getting $400, and she realized I like this. Every month I get $400. So she's like, I want this. Now she understands that power of residual income.
It took a year
Yeah.
and a half for her
Yeah.
to say, I realized I get this $400 from this thing I did for a software company years ago. I love that $400 a month. And as I was making my goals for 2020, I was trying to figure out how I could get residual income. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. I already have that.
Yeah.
And she said, okay, I want to do that P5 Nation thing. And it was like out of nowhere. It was just Terry was a farmer. I was a farmer. She got involved in the business, got a couple of customers, and the light bulb went off today.
Year and a half later, guys.
So, yeah, like Art Jonak said, if you understood the concept of residual income, you'd walk through a brick wall to get it.
Yep.
One of these speakers also pointed out that people that he had someone who had a traditional business that was getting that had generated up to $1 million a year, but it went away, and he said he'd rather have $700 a month in this business model than that $1 million, because he said the economy can't take this away. And so it's very, very powerful. So once you have those questions answered, right, then you just do the if I would you, right? So you would say something like, if I could show you a way to earn $500 a month, within the next 3 months, working 5 hours a week, would you watch a 2-minute video clip? Who can say no to that, right? I mean, they've already told you that's what they want, and you say, okay, well, 2 minutes, we'll see if this is something, and after that, we'll determine if we go forward. So it's really a powerful way that's no pressure sales or anything like that. You're basically helping them through the whole process.
I think we have.
Jordan,
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, Paul. Go.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, we have a lot of people that have learned to offer these products, offer redox signaling, talking to sick people that they couldn't do in the beginning, but they've gotten very good at it. They just don't know how to talk about the other piece. Like they're just very stuck on, they're finding people that are sick. They're looking for people that are sick. They know what to say to people that are sick. If we can take that, guys, and change that mindset, is you all learn to talk about redox and offer this product. If you can change that mindset and go and talk to people, and you're going to get the same no's, you're going to get no's, but guess what? If you're farming and you're looking for a Paul Taira, you're looking for a Jenny Thomas, a Pilar Labriola, a Foster Malmet, you know what? You got to talk about the money. You got to talk about the business.
Yeah, and the key ones that are going to want to build a business, and Eric pointed this out as well, are the ones that people that are hungry, right, that they're willing to go to work, and they're coachable. Those are really the two, key characteristics. Like, and I talk about too, like, if you can find someone who's created success in whatever they do, that's someone who's willing to work hard and go above and beyond and do. These are the people you need, not the people who, I have to work, actually do some work.
I love that.
Do I have to listen to you?
No, do they say, do I have to do anything? Do I have to do anything? If somebody says,
exactly.
Do anything, say, nope, isn't for you.
Yeah, no, go ahead, go keep buying your lottery tickets and tell me how that's working out for you.
Paul, now we did spend $5 on, we're going to win $300 million this weekend. I'm just letting you know. That's
fine. I mean, that's totally fine. I mean, there is a place for lottery tickets. Don't get me wrong, for those of you who play the lottery, but again, when you come into like a business that's going to be able to generate a residual income and team build, but even more importantly, personal growth and development. There's so many other wonderful benefits that we get from our business model and ASEA itself that you should be trying to do the most. Virtus always said, you're going to get paid for what you're worth, right? And so if that's the case, then you need to make yourself worthy, and
that's
so
great.
And create as much value.
Yeah.
You want to create
great saying. You get paid what
you're good.
Would you pay yourself?
Exactly, the value.
Would you pay yourself $50 an hour to do what you're doing to build this business? Ask yourself that. Would I pay myself $100 if it was somebody? Would I pay myself $100 to do what I'm doing to build this business. And if you wouldn't, then you need to change something, right?
Correct.
And get going.
You need to change your mindset. You need to change your mindset. And I'll stop there. I've got more notes, but I want to get, I think we keep this time sensitive. I can share some more next week. Lou Holtz, who was an amazing coach for Notre Dame, he was their coach for 10 years and a bunch of other pro football teams like the Jets and stuff. He shared some great little nuggets and some words of wisdom, but Grant Cardone was there. There was also Harvey McKay. I mean, just some really great speakers. So I took a few other nuggets, and maybe next week I'll share some more. Thanks so much for having me.
Your nuggets, Paul.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That would be great. Definitely. This is really good, and it opens up the lines. We kind of forget about some of these things. So awesome. And as we were talking about this stuff, guys, the P5. I think there's some confusion, and we need to kind of help you guys to clear this up. If you have somebody you're talking to and they're sick, they have a health condition, don't send them the 2-minute and then send them the 18-minute video. That's not for them. And I'm sorry if you guys were confused on that. If you have somebody that's sick, that's not for them. The P5 is for somebody that you're talking to. You don't know if they're and what they want. You don't know. It could be any one of those things. But definitely, if you have somebody that's sick, that's not the place. You can absolutely send them the magazine that opened up to the redox, but you want to give them what they need. They don't need to hear about the opportunity at this point. So I hope we cleared that up, because I've heard there's some confusion.
I understand it now. Thank you.
Good.
Awesome.
Glad you got it, Foster.
I got it.
Any questions? That was great.
That was great, Paul. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
By the way, I love, Paul, your story is that you started out with total authoritarian environment in the Marines.
Yeah.
You're a pendulum swing from the Marines. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was. I realized, like I tell them, I I do it very quick. I say, look, I realized this wasn't going to make me wealthy, right? And then I went into corporate America, and I realized, like, I didn't have a life. I didn't own my life. So I kind of went through the gamut. Then I say, okay, I'll own my own business, but then the business really owned me, and I think, again, a lot of people from all these different areas to say, like, wow, you mean there can be a model where you don't have to do all the things you don't want to do. You can let a company and corporate infrastructure do all that. I go out and do things and work on my own time schedule and actually be able to own my life and create residual income. I mean, to me, it's just an amazing model.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And by the way, guys, please don't think when I said like Pilar and like Jenny, like Paul, it's because they're on my front page and that's what I could see. So
they're right here.
There's a lot of others of you that I could have said too. They just were on my front page. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Paul. That was great. Great. And you got a lot of thanks up there. Let's see. I hope do you guys know what is going on the ASEA Facebook page? So if you go to ASEA's face, they're doing a contest right now. It's the 12 days of holiday cheer. So if you go to the ASEA Global Facebook page for chances to win free products every day for 12 days. So they've given away 2 bottles. They gave away a Life Max. Today's a Life Max. While you're there, make sure you have supported it with a like and follow it with like a comment. So here is, let me just post that link for you to everybody here. There you go. So it's ASEA's Facebook page. So go on every day, and every day they're posting what they're going to be giving away. Like it, make a comment, and then you're entered into the drawing to win. See, this is why you guys have to be on these calls. Okay. Oh, Orange County, there's the collaboration between ASEA and Orange County Choppers comes to life in 6 OCC plus digital builds, and the first episode is available. So I haven't seen it. I just saw this was posted, so let's check it out, right? Guys, and for this, all you have to do, you don't have to copy all this down, just go over to the chat section and just click on those 3 little dots that are there. where you would write something for a chat and it says save chat, and you can save the chat that we're doing. So then you can just click on the links. You don't have to like write all this stuff down. Anybody have questions on that, where to find it?
And thank you, Paul, for Courtney Epps and the link to the book. Appreciate it.
Yes, awesome.
You're welcome.
A lot of good stuff on there, guys. Make sure you copy that. Tomorrow night is the ASEA Corporate Leadership Call for December. That is 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific time, and it's a special message from Jerem Webb, our president. So as we prepare to enter 2020, ASEA President Jerem Webb talks about what happened in 2019 and about ASEA's vision for next year. So here again, I'll give you this information. Let's just do this. ASEA in Touch. So it's ASEAintouch.com. Let me get rid of that. There you go. ASEA in Touch, 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Make sure to jump on that and hear what Jerem has to say. Don't forget about our charge-up call. Events that are coming up. So Farmville, North Carolina is January 11th. That's going to be with Beth Wofford and local leaders. Rockville, Maryland. That's going to be a killer event. Why? Because Tyler Norton is going to be there. Lots of diamonds. Foster and I will be there. You know, David Silverman, Debbie Wetzler. I don't know. Ed Weens.
Amy Stacy.
Yeah, a lot. That flyer is on ASEA Trek Central. You can get it. And if you are within, like we're driving, it'll take us 4 or 5 hours to get there. Go. If you're within driving 8 hours, get there. It will be worth it. It's going to be a kick butt event with Tyler Norton. And if you haven't seen Tyler Norton speak, you're in for quite a treat. I mean, nobody is a better speaker than Tyler. So hope you guys will be there.
Oh, Paul Taira.
Yeah, hoping Paul's going to go there. I think that is.
I think that's it. Don't we have to go
what
do
I want to do?
Shopping?
No, what I want to know, does anybody have any wins? Anybody they'd like to welcome to the team? Anything that somebody on their team did great that you want to recognize? This is
Can I say something, Terry?
You can, Trisha.
First of all, I just wanted to thank you and Foster very much for doing the presentation Thursday night. We had a nice little turnout. So also thank you to Scott and for Lynn for coming. Scott was great with my friend Joe. He signed up today as a customer. He was an athlete. So Scott talked to him all about that. He just ran the New York City Marathon. But something that you guys always say, no means not now. So the other woman that was here, I don't know if you saw Victoria's little friend that was sitting next to her. I've been friends with them for years, and she's been hearing about ASEA and always going, well, maybe I have a friend that would, like it. After she left here, like she pulled me aside. She's like, can we talk next week? I want to know about those bundles. I think I want to do this as a business. She never showed any interest as even a customer or anything. And she said, I was introduced to network marketing years ago, but I just don't think I was ready. I think I might be ready now. So we're meeting this week and we're going to talk, some more, and I'm going to see where she is. Like, I just never really thought she was interested. I just asked her to come just to watch. So thank you so much. So hopefully,
Awesome.
And we were going to say thank you for hosting at your house. So good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yay.
Very exciting.
That's exciting.
Awesome.
What did Trisha just say? You don't know.
She's been farming.
No means not now. She's planting those seeds, but this person, she had no idea. And now the person's not interested in the product. The person's interested in the business. I just can't. It's like, it's not. I love this product. It gave me my life back. It keeps me alive every single day. There's nothing more important than helping sick people. That's what we do, or injured people, right? Pilar, I sent out some stuff today to help Pilar. That's what we do every day. We're AutoShip All-Stars because we help people. So don't ever think for a second that we're discounting the product. What we're saying is you guys are here for the business, and start to be comfortable about this business. Be just as comfortable about this business as you are about the products, and you will watch your business explode. You'll watch it change when you open it up to everybody. Thanks, Trisha, for sharing.
Congratulations.
I love when you guys share. Please share every week. Don't be afraid.
Can I speak up?
Yes, Lynn.
I I didn't quite have a win, but it was almost a win, and it will eventually be a win.
Okay.
I've been speaking to my vet probably for about 8 years about ASEA.
We know all about this.
And she's used Renew because I gave her samples of it, like one Christmas, a few Christmases ago. So and she loves the Renew. So her husband, I go there every week with Lulu, my dog, to get laser therapy for her back. And her husband has been out of work for about 2 years now, can't find a job, and he's a corporate guy. So the last time I was there, jokingly, but not jokingly, I said to him, I said, hey, I have a job for you. And I said, why don't you do ASEA? So he said, well, send me the information, I'll look at it. So I sent him everything. I saw her again this week, and we're sitting just talking, and she said, she goes, I saw ASEA on Amazon for $117. So then I go into my Amazon spiel. Oh my God, don't ever buy it on Amazon. It's fake. It's this, it's that, it's expired, blah, blah, blah. Don't ever do that. And first she asked me if I made a commission on it, if she bought it from me. But I just said, Amazon, you just don't know what you're getting. It could be bad stuff. So she says, oh, okay. So then she finishes with Lulu. I start talking to her husband. She was doing something else. And he says, well, I'm a skeptic. He goes, I'm a skeptic about everything. He said, I have to try it first and get my own story before I could sell it. I said, all right, I understand that. And then he said something about having received a box in the mail and that his wife was drinking it. So she goes to him, I can't believe you just sold me out. I said, oh my God, you bought it off Amazon? Yes. After here I am yelling at her, don't ever get it on Amazon. She had already bought it on Amazon.
Oh, boy.
But she was embarrassed to tell me that, but her husband gave her up. So next time, of course, she's going to buy it from me, but it's just, after 8 years, she finally decides, okay, I'm going to try it. And she goes on Amazon and buys it when she knows I sell it. So
what's the lesson there? Lynn should have said,
Get a new
don't
vet.
ever buy it from Amazon.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Now you go back.
Exactly.
Yes, I absolutely,
So
proudly, I get a commission and I will help you every step of the way. Awesome.
mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah. So then I went over the whole, make sure she's taking it right. And I did the whole, went over the whole thing with her. So next time she'll get it from me.
Excellent.
Preliminary
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you. Lesson learned.
We would love a local vet using this product. We'll all switch.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I love my vet.
All right.
He's just
I
stupid.
hate our vet.
Listen, they're just stupid.
Exactly.
I
I love a good vet who's really smart, really stupid.
Right. Just listen, you can't fix dumb. You just can't, you just can't get it through. Hello, Evan. Anyway, anybody else have something that they would like to share?
I do. Can you hear me, Terry?
I can, Diane. Welcome.
So, hey, thanks. I have a similar story that a lady that I had been talking to that I met that was looking for something to promote hair growth. She was losing her hair, and I said, I think I have something that might help you. And so we had been talking over the course of a couple of days, sharing some information, and then this morning she sent me a message and she said, I think I'm going to pass on this. And I stood there for a minute and I'm like, okay, I know I can turn this around. And I thought for a minute and I reached out to her and I said, I don't think you really understand what you're saying that you want to pass up. I said, hold on just 1 minute. I want to show you something. And so I showed her a picture, and that picture was what turned the corner for her. And she goes, wow, I can't believe it. That actually does that. And I said, oh, yes, and more. And so I sent her a little more information. And so she's doing more evaluating, because before she didn't really even want to look at, the products or the company or any information. She didn't want to give me, her Facebook information so I could add her to the groups. And just that picture was enough to change her mind. So she's evaluating everything and, going through the information, the more information that I sent her. and she keeps liking, like different testimonials. So
You're
she's
keeping
going
it
through.
in. You're planting those seeds, and that's
Yeah.
perfect.
And
That's
she's going through
perfect.
like all of my testimonials because I have like I fall off ladders all the time and burn myself all the time. So I'm always having testimonials. So she's going through those and the running ones that I have. And so, it just takes maybe one thing, maybe just one more piece of information for somebody to, change their mind and, get that mindset like Paul was talking about. So, it can happen,
Thanks, Diane. Yeah, absolutely. Because you know what? You don't know. You could be talking all about what this product does, what the product does for your health, and people don't care. And then you say something about, oh, look at this person with their hair, and they go, oh, now I want it. Same thing. We told you guys a couple weeks ago. Somebody wanted nothing to do with it, nothing to do until he heard about the Advancing Life Foundation, and he said, that's a company I want to be with. He didn't care about the product. Wasn't about the money. It was about a company so. That's the beauty of the P5. So when you don't know where somebody is at, when you show them that video, that opens it up to everybody. That magazine opens it up to everybody. There's something for everybody instead of just taking them down that path of illness. So thanks, Diane, for sharing.
Great job, Diane.
Yeah, you'll get her. And she followed up, by the way. If she hadn't followed up and kept going, she could have just lost her, but she didn't. So good for you.
And, the longer that we do this, we build up more confidence, like Paul was talking about the confidence too. The more people that we talk to and, and then, getting all these calls too, it strengthens our belief. And then that belief breeds, the confidence that we need. So, that's why it's really important that we get on all these calls that we can and get all the information from you guys, because you guys are the pioneers, the ones that are leading the way and that have all the experience that, we need to listen to you guys and, bounce off information and, different ideas so that we can be strong.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's why we have these calls, so that we can bounce off and support each other. And you know what? Bottom line is, you're going to get no's, and that's okay. So the more you practice, as Diane is saying, the more things you're saying. So you might get no's. The no's hurt less. they're less of a punch every time you get a no. And then it's just like you kind of just get immune to them. It's like, oh, okay. So
your nose doesn't bleed as much.
Exactly.
Well, you're going to make an announcement.
Yeah, real quick, because I got to jump off. Get prepared for the next call in 15 minutes. We have the P5 Nation weekly call, and tonight we're going to be talking about the 90 days and beyond page. Super excited for the lifting of that. We're going to have explain the power calls, POWER, just like in Power of Five. It's an acronym for every day of the week, and how they're focused and how they're a little different, or what they actually their benefits are and provide. So, and the group itself. So be sure to tune in, and the prizes and things that are also going to be available for people participating. So, so be sure to tune in. Okay, I put the link.
Yeah. Don't make sure, guys, 9 o'clock. So right after this call at 9 p.m. Eastern is the P5 on Facebook, the Zoom.
Take the shot.social.
Yes.
Yep. Take the shot.social in the notes.
Yes, we can put that in.
Okay, guys. We'll see you.
Okay, thanks,
Paul.
Paul.
Okay. Yeah, jump on, guys. If you don't get on live, make sure you watch the recording, because it just keeps giving more information. All right, guys. If there's anybody else before we go? Okay.
We'll see you on Take the Shot.social.
Take the Shot.social. Have a great night. Bye, Beastie. We stopped the recording.
Bye, Nicholas.
Everyone.
Say bye.